Okay, so I have some downtime, and I wanted to do a video about this movie, Asher, that's coming out. It's supposed to start filming sometime this year. Some of you probably heard about it, maybe some of you haven't, but I just wanted to try to help expose what this movie is trying to do. It's about the Hebrew Israelites that are out preaching on the streets, and you can Google search it by typing in Danny Glover in the movie Asher. And according to the info that's available right now, it's portraying one of the young men that is trying to break away from the Israelites and to form a terrorist plot. Now, when I first heard about this, I laughed, because here's what you have to understand in white people. I'm talking to my people. Let me make this clear. There are no Israelite camps out there that are planning a terrorist attack. First of all, the so-called black race, they don't do that kind of stuff. And you can try to Google search it. You can type in black terrorists or the percentage of black terrorists, and you're not going to find anything on it. And now, before anybody says anything, because I know somebody will bring it up, there was one guy who tried to blow up a plane. He was called the underwear bomber, but he was African. There is a difference. There is a big difference between the so-called African Americans here and actual Africans. So basically what they're trying to do with this movie is to demonize the Hebrew Israelites. And when you demonize something, you're portraying it as wicked or threatening. And when you think about it, it's actually not anything new. You know, they've always done this to the so-called black race from day one. They have the majority of my people afraid of them. They have them thinking that they're all drug dealers and murderers and rapists and so on, because that's how the media portrays them. And the problem is the world is getting scared because they see the Israelites starting to wake up. And when the Israelites wake up and turn back to the Father, the elite of this world know what that means for them. They're going to be destroyed. So they're making attempts to try and get the populace afraid of the Israelites to help fight against them and Yeshua when he returns. Now, like I said before, there are no Israelite camps planning any kind of terrorist attack. And if you ask them, they will tell you that they don't have to do anything, because Ahiah and his son Yeshua, they're going to do all the fighting. And there's actually some scriptures to back that up. I wanted to share with you guys. Let me get my head covering on here. The first one is in Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 23. This one says, "For I will send into her pestilence and blood into her streets, and the wounded shall be judged in the midst of her by the sword upon her on every side, and they shall know that I am," or Ahiah. And then jump over to chapter 29 and verse 8. "Therefore thus saith Ahiah, Behold, I will bring a sword upon thee, and cut off man and beast out of thee." And then when you look at Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34, and this is Yeshua talking. "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." And that's actually one of the things the Christian churches teach, you know, that Christ is all about love, and when he comes back, it's just going to be so peaceful and so wonderful. But that's actually not true. He's coming back to judge this world. And then when you look at Revelation 18 and verse 8. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Ahiah who judgeth her." And these are just a few of the scriptures. You know, I'd be on here all day trying to bring them all out. But I just wanted to point that out. That shows to you that it's going to be Ahiah and his son Yeshua that will be judging and destroying people. So you don't have anything to fear with these Hebrew Israelites. And the problem with my people is that you guys believe everything you see on TV. You see it on TV, it must be true. You know, I'm surprised that you don't watch Superman and think you can fly and bend steel. You know, you have to remember that this is Hollywood. It's all make-believe. And even things that you see on the news, you can't even take them at face value. You have to read between the lines when you're watching the news. There's a reason they call it television programming. You know, they're programming you to get you to believe what they want you to believe. So I hope you guys will keep this in mind with this movie and everything else that this world will try to say about the Israelites, because this movie it's just a small attack on the Israelites. And it's just the first of many that's to come against them and even anybody else that follows the Most High, Ahayat, keeps his commandments, and submits to Israel, because, you know, they are the light to the Gentiles. So I appreciate everybody for watching.